Andy Robertson will lead Scotland out in the opening game of the Euros in just over a week's time. But he's broken off from preparations momentarily to support his charity's annual golf day. Andy is with me now. The AR26 charity, a big passion of yours. Talk to us about and remind us about some of the work it tries to do, Andy.
Yeah, obviously, it's obviously a massive thing for me and my family to help, with the charity and try and grow it year on year. And obviously these days are so important for funding, for awareness, for letting people know what we do and the kind of progress that we make year on year. So, obviously touching on it, we do the Football for All, which is, the one that's, the most up and down the country, free football for all kids. And football can be expensive at times, and it doesn't really sit well with me, that. And so we want to give everyone a chance to just go out and play with their mates, enjoy it, get really good coaching from our fantastic coaches, and we put on camps at school holidays and things, try and take a wee bit of pressure off the parents and things like that. So look, that's the main one. That's the one we've kind of drove forward more this year. We've got the Hope for Youths one as well, which is more for our teenagers, trying to give them help kind of getting into the life of working and things. We know how difficult it is when you're in school, not really knowing what you want to do with your future, and trying to give them expertise and things like that will help them for the future. And we've had some great stories from that. And then finally it's kind of the one where sick kids and things like that, to try and give them lifetime experiences, something that takes their mind off the illness and takes their family off the illness that they're fighting, and try and give them a day out, an hour out, whatever that may be, something to put a smile on their faces. And obviously the Scotland team went to the hospital this week, and that hit home again. You see how much families go through it all. The kid obviously goes through a lot of it, but you see parents and how much it affects them, how much it affects siblings and all the rest of the families, and it gives them a happy time through a difficult period of time. So they're the three main things. They're so important to us, and we just try and drive them forward and try and grow them each year, and just try and get more and more numbers involved with our charity.
You've got so much on at the moment. To just allude to the fact that the Euros is just around the corner. How important is it for you that you still find time to be out here today and to support the work of the charity? Yeah,
of course. My calendar's pretty busy in terms of not a lot of time off. Obviously the Euros is a fantastic thing, but I'd spoke to the manager, and he'd kind of showed me the schedule and showed me the days off, and obviously asked him for permission, and obviously there'll be a few players and staff and things like that playing today as well. And it's nice to get a break. It's a real intense period of time. Obviously we had a game last night preparing for such a huge tournament, and it's nice to get a wee switch off. mentally it will switch us off for 4 hours out on the golf course and things like that. So using the day off properly, using it well, raising money for a fantastic charity, and it's always been a good day, and but also for us it's a kind of reset, and then tomorrow good to go again.
In your eyes, are Scotland where they need to be with the Euros a week and a bit away?
Yeah, look, obviously losing London was a tough one for all of us. I think it's made us all a bit we just want to get to Germany now. When you see one of your friends kind of fall in a kind of strange way on the pitch and things like that, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a tough one for the squad. Of course it is, and everyone has that in the back of the mind, but we are where we want to be. Last night was a good a good thing for us to get back to winning ways, to get that confidence, to get back to playing together and things like that, to get people minutes on the pitch. So it was a worthy exercise, and then Friday I think will be a bit tougher task, and it'll be perfect for us to step it up again, and then full focus on the Germany game, and once we're over there it'll be a fantastic occasion for all of us involved, and we're just looking forward to it now.
I know the manager's offered Lyndon the chance to stay part of the group over in Germany in some capacity. Have you, as captain, sort of chatted to him about his options and tried to urge him to say, come on, join us, stay with the group? You've been a huge part of what we've achieved.
No, I spoke to him, not to tell him to stay, because that has to be his own choice, but to be fair to the big man, he's keen to come with us. He wants to be involved. He doesn't want to miss out. His family are all still booked. Spoke to his wife when she was in the hotel as well, and she's still determined on coming. And it's great. It's great for us because Lyndon's a big part of what we do. He's a big part off the field as well. And although he can't contribute on the field, he can contribute off it. And if the big mans want to do that, then it's happy days for us, because, like I said, he's a massive part of our squad. So delighted that he's going to come with us, but like I said, it had to be his own choice. It had to be, we wouldn't have forced him if he was, his headspace wasn't right. But he's managed to get it over a lot quicker than I would, and fair play to him for that. And like I said, delighted that he's coming with us. I'd love him to be on the pitch, but the next best thing is off the pitch with us.
Not the only injury issue the squad are having to deal with. There's a few other places where you're short on numbers. A few relatively inexperienced internationally lads might have to step in and be involved. Are you as senior players maybe going to have to take on a little bit more responsibility, maybe help these guys through this?
We always do, but yeah, obviously Ross McCrory made his debut last night, and impressive debut and things like that. And we've got people that have got relatively low caps and things like that, but look, that's part and parcel of it. Unfortunately we've lost quite a few to injury now, lads that couldn't get called up, and lads that have now been pulled out of the squad, which isn't ideal, and it's not ideal preparation. And we've obviously got people coming back from injury that's maybe against the clock, and hopefully they make it, but it is what it is. That's Scotland, and we look forward to it, and it's not going to stop us from going to enjoy it and going to compete. And so look, for the experienced lads, that's always the case. We always try and help the new lads that come in, and the less experienced lads, and we'll step up again. But what I can say is the young lads are fearless in our team. They've got no fear, and I think you've seen that from Ross last night. And yeah, fair play to them. They don't need much help, but any guidance they do need, then we're always there for them. Real tempo,
real conviction in the games during qualifying. You were excellent. Are you confident you can kind of rediscover that come the opening game?
Yeah, we need to get back to that. The first half of the campaign was exceptional, and then we took a little drop. Of course we did. We played some tough friendlies against some really good nations, and maybe that knocked our confidence a little bit, and maybe that's we're winning the games and things, and maybe that suffered a wee bit with the last two qualifiers. But we were already qualified as well. Teams know how difficult it is when you've maybe already won the league, or you've already qualified for certain tournaments and things like that it's difficult. So we need to get back to it. Obviously March was disappointing, but last night was good that we got the win. I know we were expected to, and I know it would have been a disaster if we didn't, but we managed to get the win, and then hopefully we build the momentum again on Friday with another win and another good performance. And if we do that, then the confidence will be back among the squad. We don't lack confidence. A lot of lads have had really good seasons at clubs, and it's just about taking that forward, and also, like I said, going back to basics, going back to what we did in the first part of the campaign, which was so successful. And if we do that, I think we can give anyone a game on the day.
After the Euros, after your summer holidays, when you eventually get back on Merseyside, you'll have a different manager to work with. Have you had a chance to speak to Arne Slot at all yet?
No, not spoke to him yet. I think he's leaving us to kind of focus on the Euros. I think he's done that with all the players. But yeah, look, an exciting new challenge. Obviously, the old era was pretty special, and I've got a lot to be thankful for that manager. But obviously excited now by the new manager coming in, new ideas, new voice, and I'm really excited to what can come with that. So yeah, look, I've got pretty big stuff coming up before that, so not really gave it much thought. But and then obviously I'll try and switch off physically, mentally, like I always try and do, and then come pre-season, then it'll be full focus on the new era at Liverpool and trying to get off to the best possible start, and helping him every way possible to try and make that successful for him as well. But I've got no doubts that we can keep that momentum going, and from all the reports we've had, the manager's very good, and I can't wait to see that up close.
How important is it though that both the fans and also the players don't try and sort of imitate what Jurgen did, because he was such a unique one-off individual? You have to be a new Liverpool under the new manager.
Yeah, look, for the fans and things like that, you have to be open-minded, because, like I said, the last 8-9 years were pretty special, and we just knew the way it was going, and all other clubs were changing managers and things like that. But we knew what we had, and we knew what we were going to get and things like that. And now, maybe they're going into a bit of the unknown as a fan's point of view, but like I says, it has to be exciting. The squad's in a good place. We had a good season last season back in the Champions League. Yes, it could have been more and things like that, but the aim at the start of the season was to get back in the Champions League, and we ended up with a trophy as well. And you have to take that as a positive now that the season's ended, and he's left the club in a really good place. So now we have to carry it forward. The squad's in a good place, and the manager will come in and he'll recruit a really good squad, and I'm sure he'll want to bring in some new faces as well. And we have to go again. We have to try and be up there. We showed that for a large parts of last season we could challenge for the league, and that has to be the aim. At Liverpool, the pressure is to win trophies from the fans and things like that, and that has to be the aim no matter what season it is. And the manager will want to do that as well. He's won trophies before, and he'll want that feeling again. And we've got to be at our best to try and achieve that.
There aren't many managers in the world who would sign off by chanting the name of their successor on the pitch in their final game. That's what Jurgen did. Can you just sum up for us his impact, what he did in terms of transforming the football team, the football club?
Yeah, I think half the fans were still singing Jurgen Klopp because I thought he sang that, but yeah, that probably shows the person he is. You know, obviously it's his farewell, it was his day, everything was set up for him, and you know, he's focused elsewhere. He's trying to make it about other people. So that probably sums up the man. But as a manager, you know, it kind of, you know, you could see, you know, he was very passionate. The way his team set up was very aggressive and things, and it just suited us at that time. We were excellent at times and people couldn't deal with us, and you know, that's what the manager wanted from us. So like, a fantastic time. I'll look back on my 7 years with him as, you know, one of the happiest times of my life, on the pitch, off the pitch, everything else to go with it. And you know, when I'm old and retired, then you know, I'll look back on the memories to you know, fond memories, and so many good times, and it wouldn't have been possible without him. But you know, hopefully there's still good times to come, and you know, at club and country, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't look in the past too much, and I'll try and look forward, and there'll come a time to look back. But I'm very appreciative for what he did for me, for my family, for the whole club, and you know, obviously he made our dreams kind of possible.
And finally, though, I guess in real terms, you have to prove yourself all over again, no matter what you've done, no matter the medal collection you've got. It's show the new manager you deserve that starting berth. Well,
that's it. The manager's coming in with fresh ideas, with maybe different opinions on players and things like that the old manager did. That's part and parcel of a managerial change. I've been through it before at Hull, and it's the exact same. And yeah, look, you have to go again. You know, every season I try and prove myself again, so you know, there's not a problem there for all the players. We all come back hungry in pre-season, and it's a fresh start, no matter if it was the same manager or whatever. So I think the players won't have a problem with that, and then you know, it's up to the manager who he picks and who he wants to go forward with. So that'll be up to him, and you know, like you said, it's up to you to try and prove your qualities and everything. But you know, it's the same every year. You have to kind of do that, and that's why we're so hungry. That's why you're at the kind of, you know, the top of football, and you have to stay hungry, you have to stay motivated, and that's what we are. And you know, we look forward to next season.